Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English at Home 79. I'm your host, Sarah. Today, we have a wonderful story that will help you learn new English words and phrases. Have you ever felt very tired because you worked too hard? Let us know in the comments. Now, let's meet our guest, Alex.
Hi, Sarah, and hello to all our listeners. I'm excited to be here. Today's story is about Sue, a hardworking student, and we'll learn lots of useful vocabulary along the way. Ready to start?
Absolutely. As we go through the story, we'll pause to explain difficult words, so don't worry if you hear something new. Let's begin with Sue's busy morning. Sue left her dormitory early that morning. She had even washed her uniform the night before. She wanted to look nice for the day. Now, let's explain that word, dormitory.
A dormitory is a building where students live, usually at a school or university. For example, I will move into the dormitory at the beginning of the school year.
And uniform means special clothes that people in a group wear to look the same. Like, all the members of our marching band wear matching uniforms. Sue wanted her uniform to be clean and neat for the day ahead.
Right, Sarah. Starting the day early and preparing your clothes is a good habit, especially for students living away from home. It can help you feel confident and organized.
Sue was committed to learning, and she had a talent for getting good grades. Let's pause to explain commit and talent.
To commit means to promise to do something. For example, Seth wanted to go home, but he had committed to finishing the job. And talent means being able to do something well naturally, like Maria has a talent for playing the piano.
That's right. Sue promised herself to work hard and used her natural ability to do well in school. These qualities can help anyone succeed in their studies or work. In fact, Sue didn't sleep much. She composed a paper and found the perfect thesis about the importance of greenhouses. She also studied for her physics test. Let's explain a few words here. Compose, thesis, greenhouse, and physics.
Sure. To compose means to make something from smaller parts, like Tanya composed her report using many sources. A thesis is an idea you try to prove in your writing. For example, she did not support her thesis very well.
A greenhouse is a glass building used for growing plants, like we have a small greenhouse in our backyard. And physics is the science about energy and how it affects things. For example, in physics class, we used Newton's cradle to learn about energy.
Sue's night was full of important tasks. It's impressive, but sometimes working too hard can make us tired and less healthy, as we'll see next.
During the test, Sue calculated her answers. Soon she felt sick, her face got hot, and her vision began to blur. She was blind for a moment. Let's take a closer look at calculate, vision, and blind.
To calculate is to find an answer using math, like, I calculated how much money I would need to buy the car. Vision means the act of seeing, for example. The eye doctor tested my vision. And blind means you cannot see. Like, the blind man didn't see the hole.
Exactly. Sue tried to use her math skills, but her body was too tired. Sometimes when we're exhausted, our vision can get blurry, or we may even feel blind for a short time. The teacher saw Sue's apparent sickness. He wanted to send her to the nurse, but she wouldn't go. Sue still had a portion of the test to finish. Let's discuss apparent and portion.
If something is apparent, it's easy to see, like, her happiness was apparent from the smile on her face. A portion is a part of something. For example, I only ate a small portion of the pizza.
Great explanations. Sue's sickness was clear to her teacher, but she didn't want to leave because she had not finished her test. Sometimes students feel pressure to finish every portion, even when they're not feeling well. After that, Sue went to the nurse. After seeing the secretary, she waited. A few minutes later, the nurse came in with a glass of juice and told Sue they needed to chat. Let's explain secretary and chat.
A secretary is a person who works in an office. Like, Rebecca asked her secretary to type a report. To chat means to talk with someone. For example, even though they were far apart, the couple chatted every day.
Interacting with the secretary and chatting with the nurse shows how school staff can help students. It's important to talk about how you feel, especially when you're sick or tired. The nurse said, "It is obvious that you have exhausted yourself. If you keep working so hard, it could have severe results. Let's break down exhaust, obvious, and severe."
To exhaust someone is to make them very tired, like John exhausted himself by swimming all day. Obvious means something is clear and easily seen. For example, it was obvious that he was tired. Severe means very bad or serious, like Sam was in severe pain.
The nurse gave Sue good advice. Overworking can have severe effects, such as making you very sick. It's important to listen to your body and rest when you need it, which brings us to the next part of the story. Sue replied, "My parents tell me that all the time. I guess I shouldn't ignore them," the nurse said. "You have to remind yourself it is okay to rest. Let's explain ignore and remind."
To ignore is to act like you don't see or hear something, like I ignored the message and kept studying. To remind means to tell someone to remember something. For example, Nick's dad reminded him to do his homework.
Sometimes we ignore good advice because we are focused on our goals, but it's important to remind ourselves to take breaks, especially for our health and happiness. When Sue got back to her room, she went right to bed. She made sure she got enough rest every night after that. This is a great lesson for all of us about balancing hard work and self-care.
That's true, Sarah. If we only focus on work and never rest, we can become exhausted and even sick. Taking care of your body and mind helps you do better in school, at work, and in life.
So, listeners, remember that rest is just as important as studying. Don't be afraid to take a break when you need it. Now, let's review the new words from today's story and give you some example sentences. I'll also give a tip to help you remember them.
Great. Here we go. Dormitory. I live in a dormitory at university. Uniform. She wears a school uniform every day. Commit. He committed to studying. Talent. She has a talent for drawing. Compose. They composed a song. Thesis. His thesis was interesting. Greenhouse. Plants grow in the greenhouse.
Physics. Physics is a difficult subject. Calculate. I calculated my test score. Vision. He has good vision. Blind. Some people are blind. Apparent. It was. Apparent she was tired. Portion. I ate a portion of cake. Secretary. The secretary helped me. Chat. Let's chat after class.
Exhaust. I am exhausted after running. Obvious. It's obvious you like music. Severe. He had a severe headache. Ignore. Don't ignore your homework. Remind. Remind me to call you. A helpful tip. Make flashcards and practice with a friend. Try using each new word in your own sentence every day.
Now it's your turn. Have you ever worked so hard that you felt tired or sick like Sue? What did you do to feel better? Share your story with us in the comments. Remember, thinking about your own life helps you use English in real situations.
That's a good way to practice. Also, do you think it's better to finish all your work, or should you take a break when you feel tired? Why? Tell us what you think. We love reading your answers.
Thank you for joining us today on Learn English at Home 79. Remember, learning English is a journey, and you don't have to do it alone. Take small steps every day, and don't forget to rest and have fun.
Keep practicing, everyone. Try to use today's new words in your conversations. If you make mistakes, that's okay. It's part of learning. We believe in you.
Here's a final tip. Try writing a short story about your day using at least 5 new words from this episode. It will help you remember them better. See you next time, and happy English learning.